Hello everybody, HBJ hiking today. The Braidwood Dunes and Savannah Nature Preserve. This place looks pretty small. Just met a nice guy named Brian. We're going to probably go here for a quick bit, and then we're going right up the road. He said there's a nice place that leads to the river. I mean, it's Saturday, I ain't got shit to do. I don't go out drinking no more. It's 1:52. We'll check the area out, see how it is. Got the BRC with us today again, like always. Looks like they kind of plowed through some shit. We'll see. We'll check this shit out, see what's going on. It looks like a small little dinky area. He literally said if this place is a 5, that's a 25. Well then, god damn it, we're just gonna have to check that out. So, we're gonna, looks like it's just a loop. So we'll take that loop, go back to the car. Might have to splice a video together today because I'm not going to be able to pause. I'm going to have to GPS this son of a bitch. But hopefully it's not too far, not too bad. Get a nice little hike in for the day. And yeah, maybe get a double hike. We'll see. Yeah, we might get rained on. It rained a lot the way here. We're in Braidwood right now, and I stopped on the way. If anybody ever comes out to Braidwood, Illinois, check out their museum. If you're anything like me and you like history, I fucking love history. I love checking out historical societies, museums. I'm bad with names. If you ask anybody that knows me, it takes me about 6 months to remember a name. But the guy who works in there, solid guy, asked him some questions. He has stuff on there about nice little other trail. Definitely not taking that one. We'll take this one. Just a loop, small loop around. We'll get to it. But yeah, he had a newspaper clipping article from 1942 from when they had the blast. So one of the places I went hiking before was the Midwin area. But during World War II and all the way up until the Vietnam War, well, they stopped and started again, but they made mortars and different ammunition like mortars. So they had an accident there, some kind of shit happened where a blast happened, and I mean, if you're any kind of smart, if an explosion happens where there's other things that could go boom, it makes a lot of boom. So, bad shit happened. Lots of people died. Later on, I want to say, I think that one was in either 42 or 45. Then they had another smaller one that wasn't as bad. People still, I think, died, but the numbers weren't as bad. But he had a clipping from that, which is cool. And something that was even cooler, he had a picture book, and I went through it, of the grounds of that area. Now, we've been to Midwin. I haven't posted, I've got small videos, but I haven't posted them of the arsenal. I'll do that this fall when the all the shit dies and I can go back there again. But yeah, so he had pictures of the layouts, where all the buildings were, the train tracks, what was in each building. I'll tell you what, that arsenal was a little town in and of itself. He said people used to live back there. I mean, the amount of people it employed, I can imagine. I mean, look at all those bunkers. There used to be hundreds and hundreds of them. The funny thing is he was telling me, is when they started demolishing the bunkers, that because they were built as actual fucking bunkers, it wasn't easy to fucking demolish. And it ended up being more trouble than it's worth, so they ended up leaving them for the time being. Because of how thick the concrete is, and just being that they are in bunker, you'd have to take the machine on an uneven hillside. And he said it was such a pain in the ass they left them, which is probably why when we were there last we saw so goddamn many still up. But it was cool to see the history. I've always wanted to know, since the few times I've been back there, what it used to be, what it used to look like. And that's the only thing that we could keep and hold on to. As I always say, man, history will disappear unless people like him and people like these places hold on to it for you and remind you. No matter how significant of a historical thing happens, if we stop talking about it, it goes away. And then it becomes rumor or what. But yeah, we're almost done with this trail already. It's super tiny, just a loop, which is okay. But definitely no need for the BRC yet. We'll save that for the next place. But yeah, super cool. Never been to Braidwood. I had a little ironworking job doing a I think it was a fire department driveway or something years ago. But never been out here. People always said there's good fishing. I asked him about it. He said absolutely. He goes, can't always fish, it's not open, but he says there is good fishing out here. So the rumors I hear are true. We're already back around. Let's get to the car and let's check out that other place. For the moment being, this is the HBJ out. Alright guys, we're back with round 2 up the street, like I said. Alright, got the Kniff. Definitely looking, I'm going to need 4 new tires ASAP, just realized that. But this looks much better as we're already looking. So, we got the shit house. And we'll go up to the information center. As we're going up to the information center, we see a pavilion with grills, which is cool. So, where's the UR here? There's got to be UR here. Kankakee Sands Preserves. I think that's here where we're at. I think possibly we were up the road here. Now we're here. Yes. Across the street is another one. And as we go back, there will be a shrub and prairie. My fault. But the Kankakee Sand Preserves. Got a nice concrete and brick walkway to get this way. Looks pretty big. Let's see before we start this adventure. 2.5 miles. Ain't shit. Let's get on it. So, we're going to see, like I said, we got the shit house, or not the shit house, the pavilion. You can come barbecue, chillax. This is how the beginning of the trail looks. I mean, if we get a little bored or tired, we want to turn around, which we could. You never know what this trail brings. This is one of those pebble trails, so if I start getting rocks in my shoe, we could turn around. That last one, I think we only walked 7 minutes. Now there's bugs, so who knows how long this will be if there's this many goddamn bugs. I don't know if you could tell walking because the phone's moving, I'm moving, but it looks like a prairie out there. So if I were to walk through all this, if we come back in the winter or the fall, it'd be prairie. But yeah, if you have a chance and you're ever out in the Braidwood area, go to that guy's little historical area, the little museum. Check it out. There's a lot to see. The arsenal, he's got shit for that. Lots of cool shit. He's got, I think he said where the Midwin area is now. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. Used to be a National Guard center. So they have a cool picture, super cool picture of the front view of the gate and the main building for the National Guard, and a little bit of a layout of what used to be, like barracks and things like that. And as they were tearing it down, the guy asked if he could take the picture, and he had it and he donated it, which is super cool, man. Like, again, that picture is kind of iconic and historic to the area. It would have been a shame if it would have just been demolished with the building. Like I said, I got the BRC today. Great flavor. Espresso with cream. We're listening to the Iron Maiden live 666. Great live album. Interesting why they just put fresh concrete down there. It must have been something at some point. Wonder if this is a giant loop that just takes us around. We will find out eventually if we so choose to complete the loop. So yeah, looks like open prairie, kind of each side. The road's obviously over there. That's where I came from, where you see the houses and shit. But I might stop, actually. They got a farm right across the street from this place that sells eggs, farm fresh eggs. I might grab a handful to eat tomorrow for breakfast. So one of the cool things about living out here is you can't beat the fucking fresh food. Everything out here is fucking super fresh. And I'm going to start taking advantage while I'm here of what places like this have to offer. Look, we got a butterfly. I wish I could flip back and forth in my camera, but like I said, it's been shattered from taking it with me on the job site to work. That's why I don't do it anymore, because the last thing I need is to break the front of the phone, and then my Jewish ass has to buy a new one. And no, I'm not Jewish, but I don't like spending money, so yeah, it looks like it's possible to rain again. Sun's kind of coming out, a little bit of blue skies, but this is what it looked like earlier, and it rained the whole way up here. So who knows if it does rain. We're kind of committed at this point. We'll see what happens. As we get about halfway through this walk, or at least a little further down, I have a couple new gripes. If my old ass remembers what they are, we'll get to them. May not be as spirited as the one was at Lake Chamonwood, which I could have and still could continue to go on about that shit for a long time, but videos would be boring if I only talked about the same thing over and over and over again. Not that anybody watches these, but maybe that shaman medic might. So I think that shaman medic, while he's at it, and I know he's going hiking because he sends me fucking pictures, should start taking fucking videos, like Papa Pass, and we could start like I did before when I was doing it on Facebook. Let's get some people out. I know you got Ethan out, and he's hiking with you, which is cool as shit. Let's get some more people. Let's start holding people accountable, man. We're getting older. We ain't young as fuck no more. It's been over a decade since most of us have left. So let's get people out and about. Let's get them moving. So this wouldn't be a bad jogging trail, definitely a bicycle trail. The only problem is if it's only 2 miles, if you brought your bike out here, you'd have to do a bunch of laps. I see footprints, which leads me to believe that somebody was out here fresh, because if it rained, I doubt there would be any easily to see footprints. And it did rain, and it did rain pretty damn hard for a while. So, let's see. As we turn around this bend, I don't know how far we've walked or whatever. I always keep a decent pace, but definitely not a historic pace. But we, I think that guy said when I met at the other place that this, either this place or another place, leads to the river. I'm gonna have to do some more recon on places out here. So all I did was open up my Google Maps, and I made it bigger, the actual map from my house. And I just looked up forest preserves. So wherever there was a little tree, I checked it out, went around, and the place that I wanted to go today had a bar gate across it, and I couldn't get in. Which led me to coming out to Braidwood, because the next thing I saw, which was cool, but it ain't open until Monday, is they had a old coal mine. If I might be saying this wrong, but I think that's what it was. Like a sort of like museum historical thing for old coal miners. Another thing that the guy told me too, which was pretty cool, was they had a diamond mine in Diamond, Illinois, he said. Because when I first walk up to the guy in Braidwood's little museum, there was a little cart and some old tracks, and it says taken from the old diamond mine before it was torn down. So I asked about it, and he said there was a diamond mine, which, fuck, man, let's go there and get some fucking diamonds. He said it's all gone, obviously, and developed over by now, but he said they had an accident there. He said they had an early thaw on the snow, and before they could get all pumps and shit down there, he knew the exact numbers. He said some people were able to get out, some people were kind of trapped because they couldn't get pumps in time. And he said they had the air to get through it, they just couldn't get out. When they came later to get them, they were already dead. Oh, another thing too, which I didn't know, which he told me about, which was cool, was they had a chemical plant across from the munitions place. And same as the munitions place, there's another concrete. I wonder why they're putting these here, unless they're going to maybe put benches here eventually. Yeah, that would make sense if they're going to start putting benches for people to sit. Not that this is a long fucking trail by any means, but yeah, he said they had a chemical plant, same as munitions, kept it through Korea, kept it through Nam. That's when they closed munitions, was after Nam. And I think somebody bought it, or the government bought, no, the government owned it, but somebody bought it after Vietnam and kept it going for different reasons, different things. And I was telling them how I have a few now, but I used to have, after working at Soldier Field, a ton of old bottles and medicine bottles, and how it's cool how tiny they were and stuff like that, and the shit they used to keep in them, shit they used to think was medicine back in the day. And he showed me, he's got an old bottle of cocaine, and they said it was used for headaches. It literally says on the bottle, for headaches, cocaine. Interesting. Just interesting what was used for what and what people thought in their state of mind back then. Who the first person was to do cocaine and be like, man, that helped my headache. Nevertheless, though, I know through reading and seeing documentaries that they've used cocaine a lot in the medical industry. I don't know so much anymore. I'm not in the medical industry, and I'm dumb. But through history and time, they did for different things. But I would say I'm close to halfway. And I completely forgot about my bitches. My gripes. I could go back to one of them that's a same old, but I'm not, which is drivers, because I dealt with some dickhead drivers driving home from work yesterday. Man, there's a lot of butterflies and dragonflies out here, so there's got to be some kind of wedding marsh. I'm not going to go down that way. Don't know what's down that way or where it takes me. This way looks a little safer, especially if it starts raining. We'll get closer to home, closer to the car anyways. Not that I care about getting wet, but I just don't know how long that part of the trail goes. So, in the spirit of not knowing, we're just going to take this back. Maybe this will be the end of it. I see a bridge down there. There's a bridge right here. But being that this is an on the whim thing, and we already went to one place today, I'm not going to stay out all afternoon walking. If I started earlier, I would 100% have taken that way and we could have figured that out. But maybe there's a next time. I wonder what this bridge is here for. Why they, unless there's a dip, why they couldn't have just filled it with dirt and rocks. You hear a lot of birds. I see one up there in a tree. Even though the sun's trying to peek out here, looks pretty evil that way. You never know with the clouds what the hell they're thinking. It looks like we're coming back up on the gazebo, so it looks like this will be a short walk for the day. Double short walks, but not bad. Got to go to a museum today. I took a couple pictures, but I didn't take any videos inside. So no, there will be no ranting today, being that it's a shorter walk. If this was about the halfway point, I actually remembered and had some good rants to get on out. Yeah, this is a tiny walk. But if I go somewhere tomorrow, we'll save them for tomorrow and we'll fucking get it on. And we'll get the bitching going and we'll figure that out. As you can see, the gazebo's right up here. That wasn't a bad walk. It wasn't. Again, these are kind of short. I mean, usually they're not long to begin with. But, again, not even enough for the BRC. I'm going to have to save the BRC for the walk tomorrow. Yeah, this isn't a bad place. Come out, have a nice little loop. If you're so inclined to take that other trail up north, I think that's north. See where that leads you. But yeah, this place, at least it has a pisser. At least, I mean, I never in my life would take a shit in something like that. I'd have to do the old Haji shit where I stand and hover. And that would be in extreme circumstances. But I mean, if you want to go for a little outdoors, you could bring some food and spend the day out in a place like this. Yeah, I think these are going to be benches at some point. I don't understand why there's so many. Nice little butterfly. A lot of butterflies. But it's not a long trail to have that many benches. There's benches fucking everywhere. At least that's what I think they're going to put them. But yeah, 2 short hikes. I think right now we're at 25 minutes. That ain't shit. We got a big bridge bringing us back to salvation. Back to, not salvation. Back to, yeah, brain ain't working. Civilization. That's what I meant to say. Fucking say salvation for. Oh, here comes the rain, folks. Ah! Goddamn bugs flying by my ear. It's another good reason I got these earphones in. That way they can't get in. At least I don't think they can. Fucking asshole bugs. So it's just starting to piss, which is perfect for us to get out of here. One thing you don't want is to deal with fucking bugs and being wet. That makes you miserable, and then when the humidity starts, it just becomes a fucking clusterfuck. Yeah, I already got to dump out my fucking shoes because of these small rocks, but it could be worse. I'd rather have this than mud. So, let's get a flip view. I can't really see on my phone. This is the shit house. It's got the smoker on top in case you want to cook it. It's got the pavilion. A couple garbage cans so you're not a fucking scumbag and just throw your garbage all over the place. Alright, end of a shorty today. Did about 27 minutes ish. This is the Kankakee Sands Preserves. I am the HBJ and I am out.